What up, chat? I'm about to go live on Instagram too. Or no, I'm gonna go live when we ready. When we ready. What's good, chat? I hope everybody having a blessed evening. All right, chat. Welcome, chat. Welcome to day 3 of Trader University, chat. Hold on, look like my mic a little loud. Hold on, let me lower it down real quick. Welcome to day 3 of Trader University, chat. We got a lot of things in store for you guys today. Of course, we gotta go over, just a few things because I know it's a few new people on here. So anybody that's tuning in for the very first time, welcome to Trader University. This is day 3. If you missed day 1 and 2, you can watch the recordings. You can watch the recording. I'm reading the chat, but you can watch the recordings on my YouTube channel. Just go to my page and you'll see past live streams. And then you can watch day 1 and 2. And then if you want to be inside of the Discord as well, you can hit the link in the description and you'll be able to join the Discord along with the Telegram as well. And then just like I mentioned the other day, chat, we have some things in store for y'all today, chat. Like I mentioned yesterday, and the day before, we have some special guests. So we got some things that we want to go over today. Like I mentioned, we'll be going over psychology as well. But let's go ahead and just dive right into it, right? Let's go ahead and dive right into it. So this is just my socials for anybody that don't have me on my socials. So my Instagram is @MikeLito. Yes, I got a blue check mark. So if you see somebody that don't got a blue check mark on Instagram, it's not me, writing you. Same thing for Discord, same thing for Telegram. If anybody writes you and reaches out to you and say like, how's your trading going? XYZ, then that's not me, chat. I will never reach out to you. First, right? So make sure that you are not falling for all of the, the scams or whatever the case may be, because that is not me. I will never DM you first. Now the Discord, like I said, you can join through the description, or you can just scan this QR code right here. And then a lot of y'all came from TikTok. So my TikTok is @Mike2, the number 2 Lito. And then as well, I got a lot of fake pages on TikTok. So like, as soon as you follow me on TikTok, it'd be like a fake page, and then they just start writing you X, Y, and Z. Somebody just said in the comment section, I got a fake Discord. Somebody fake in the Discord. I had to do a lot of removing of the fake profiles in my Discord as well. So definitely make sure y'all aware of that, right? Now, another thing as well, I've been seeing a lot of y'all tagging me. A lot of y'all been engaging inside of Discord chat, which has been amazing. Right, which has been amazing. So y'all can add yours on Instagram. So if you just go to my story, you click that add yours, it will say I attended Trader University, and you can put your student ID. If you don't have your student ID already, you can just screenshot this post right here, and then you can put your picture over mine, and then just put your student name. The student ID, you can make it up whatever you want. I've been seeing a lot of people, they kind of been doing it like license plates, where they put XAU USD, or they put, XAU trader, or they put XAU 222, whatever the case may be. So definitely make sure that y'all, you could just put your ID the way that you want it to be, right? Now, another thing as well, moving on, let's hear. We got to go to our student oath. So just like how we talked about yesterday, this is a very important part of trading. And like I mentioned, a part of our lesson today, we're going to be, diving into the psychology aspect of things. So this student oath reflects that, right? So the student oath, I want everybody to repeat after me. Please don't be the kid that's too cool for school. Like, this is one of those things where if you really believe this and you really respect this, then you will say it with me, right? So the student oath is, I stand here today as a student of Trader University. I understand that consistency is earned, not given. I will respect the market because the market owes me nothing. I will follow my plan even when my emotions tell me otherwise. I will protect my capital before I chase profits. I will never let one trade define who I am. Learn, implement, teach others. That's what LEDO stands for. So welcome to the channel. Like I said, if you brand spanking new. And then like I mentioned today, here is our class schedule. So we're going to be talking about psychology. I have a presentation for you guys. And then also we have a guest appearance, right? We have a guest appearance today that I'm really excited. I kind of wanted to think outside of the box today, right? I wanted to think outside of the box today, and I wanted to incorporate something that has a lot of discipline in that field, and I wanted to incorporate it into trading because trading is one of the, the few fields that require the most extreme, discipline, right? So I brought somebody along today that's going to be talking to you guys, just about discipline, consistency, the grit, and, just having that, having that dog in you to be successful inside of the market. Because a lot of people inside of trading, they just think like, oh, this is a get money rich, get rich quick scheme, X, Y, and Z. But unfortunately, it's not like that. Unfortunately, a lot of people fail in trading simply because they just don't have the discipline to be successful. So like I mentioned, we're going to be going over psychology today. And then I don't even want to show y'all my special guest yet. But with that being said, let me go ahead and click the next slide. Honestly, I don't even want to press it. But hold on. Let me turn this off real quick, chat. Let me just turn this off real quick so y'all can't see what I'm talking about. Here, let's go back here. So just a reminder, we have Professor LEDO office hours. Remember, the office hours will be the last 30 minutes of each stream. And today, chat, not only will you be able to dial me, and ask me questions, but you also will be able to dial our special guest that, came out today. I'm super excited about this individual. This individual is somebody who I've seen work really, really, really hard. I seen them put in the work. I seen them grind to where they at today. And then somebody said, can we guess who? Yeah, y'all definitely could guess inside of the chat. Y'all might get it right if y'all seen my Instagram, whatever the case may be. But if you didn't see my Instagram, then you probably don't know, who it is. But overall, it's a special individual, chat. So remember, another thing too, do not spam the hotline. Do not call the hotline until I open up the calls, because a lot of y'all, even on the first day, we had some individuals who just was, some hard heads, and they just didn't want to go by the rules, right? So I see y'all guessing in the chat. Some of y'all right, some of y'all wrong. It's definitely not a trader. I can say that, right? I can definitely say that it's not a trader. But with that being said, let's go ahead and play this real quick. So this is our special guest is, chat.
His record near perfect. 18 wins. Double those coming by way of knockout against one defeat. Fighting out of Dallas, Texas, by way of Detroit, Michigan.
This is our special guest.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is a world title challenger, Frank the God.
Yeah, let's clap it up, chat. We got Frank Martin coming in the building, chat. And y'all know me, chat. I've been in my bag. I've been ready to put on the gloves with anybody around here. You know what I'm saying? So I've been in my bag. We good. What's the word?
What's happening?
What up, though? My guy. What up? What up? What up? Appreciate you coming through. What up, though? What up, though?
That's what we do.
Yes, sir.
I'm having a stream, son.
Yeah.
You got the box going on. Come on.
Hey, look, he going to spar me.
Hold on, that's a weight class difference.
Nah, for real though. For sure. So look, like I was saying, chat. We got a special, like I said, we got a real special guest, and we're gonna be talking about psychology and the discipline it takes to be inside of the market, right? So it's just one of those things where you just, like I said, you gotta have that dog.
I'm gonna put the link in the comment.
You gotta have that dog in your chat. So
somebody send me the link.
I'm gonna send it to
link,
you.
hold on, I got you.
Oh yeah.
It's that one I put in the group chat. Hold on. Let me see this one right. Paste it again. Yup. So like I said, chat, y'all gonna be able to dial the champ, man, and y'all gonna be able to talk to him after we get to towards the end. I know y'all said y'all said the mic. Oh shit. My bad. I muted my mic. I was trying to mute his mic while he was doing his Instagram live. That's my bad, chat. All right, y'all should better hear me now. My bad. But what I was saying was, y'all both got mics? Both got mics on? I don't know. All right, bet. All right, can y'all hear me now? Drop a 1 in the chat if everybody can hear me now.
Send me that link so I can post it.
I sent it. It's in the chat. Yep. All right, bet. We good, chat. So today, like I said, it's gonna be real interactive. So the very first day, we talked about the 3 phases inside of the market. We talked about impulse correction, get money, and then yesterday we went in a thorough lesson, talking about our top down analysis. A lot of you guys enjoyed that lesson as well. And then guess what, chat? So look, we gonna do this as well. So I want y'all to take a look at my screen really fast, right? Take a look at my screen, and I want y'all to see that I got $1,000 in this account, right? So I put $1,000 inside of the account for Frank Martin, and we gonna see if we could take a trade today based off of the information that I give him, and hopefully he could place a winning trade, chat. Hopefully he don't blow the account because this is gonna be his first time trading, but hopefully he can make some money. He been trying to get into trading. I've been in the boxing, so it's just one of those things where we locked in. So hopefully he can make some money. All right, so look, I want to take a poll real quick. Do y'all think that Frank Martin is going to make money, or do y'all think that he's going to blow the account? Do y'all think he's going to make money or blow the account? So drop a 1 in the chat if you think Frank Martin is going to make some money tonight, or do you drop a 2 in the chat if you think that he is going to blow his account? So we starting with $1,000, right? He said he's trying to make some money. I feel you, brother. So drop a 1 in the chat if you think he's going to make money, or drop a 2 in the chat if you think he's going to blow the account. They say make money. He's going to make money.
And on the thing,
okay.
It said a video unavailable.
Let me see.
Dude say video unavailable.
Just go to Mike Lito on YouTube.
Yeah,
you'll see it. Trader University.
Just type in Mike Lito on YouTube.
Here, let me see.
Let me see Trader University.
Let me pull it up on my phone real quick.
Lito, Lito.
Yep. Hey, look, everybody said they think that you gonna make some money. Oh no, look, somebody said he about to blow that shit.
I ain't about to blow that shit. I ain't spending that shit. I'm trying to get it, so I'm trying to run it up.
Here, look, you can show them this.
Look, y'all, this y'all tune in.
I just added it in there too.
They said Gold giving out money. Actually, Gold definitely has a setup. Gold definitely has a setup right now, chat.
Right there.
So look, we could see, y'all know, based on even what I taught y'all yesterday, right? So let's go to the charts real quick. Somebody said it could go either way.
Man, I'm gonna start interacting with my people.
So look, let's pull up Gold. So let's look at the 1 hour structure. Look, chat. Somebody in the chat says send him 40K.
I ain't got it. My bad, bro. I ain't got it for you, bro.
Type shit. So look, hold on. Let me see. Let's go to the trading view real quick. And then I'm gonna pull up the annotations from yesterday, right? So we marked off. Remember how we talked about our markups yesterday, chat? Remember how we talked about our markups yesterday, and we talked about how we was gonna break our 1 hour structure, right? We was gonna break our 1 hour structure here, and if we retested it, we will buy. What happened earlier today? We had a impulse, correction, and then we had a continuation. Now, what we're experiencing right now, chat, is we're correcting again. However, this is where things get, things get very important, right? So what did we just have to the downside today? I know a lot of y'all talking about buys, but this is where things get interesting because we just had an impulse break a structure, right? So we just broke this structure point right here. So this is an impulse to the downside, and then we also got divergence right here, right? So we got divergence right here. So this is a sign that the market could potentially go down. I know I seen a lot of y'all. Get you a level of understanding, right? So the story, basically what I was teaching them yesterday is anytime you in the market, you wanna have a story, right? Hold on, somebody said I'm muted. Wait.
I'm muted.
Hold on. He might be I should be good. Hold on. Can y'all hear me now, chat? The mic left the chat. I was screaming. Y'all should better hear me. It show is popping up.
Y'all hear me?
They should be able to hear you. Say something, Frank.
Yo.
Yeah, it's moving. All right, bet. They can hear me now. So look, basically what I was explaining to him was I was telling y'all yesterday how the market, like when we draw on our top-down analysis, every line that we draw on our chart is supposed to tell us an overall story, right? So here we can see this red line. Tell me, every time price touched this red line, what did it do? It went up or down?
You asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Yeah, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. So we at this level right here again, we at this red trend line again, and we know the story was every time that price touched it, it went down. So what do you think is about to happen next?
It's gonna go down.
Yeah, it's a possibility that it's about to go down. Exactly. So that's one thing that we want to pay attention to, chat, because we understood the overall story of this overall daily trend line, and we understand that prices in this overall 4-hour downtrend, 1 hour just broke structure, but we just had like a 30-minute breaker structure here, right? So we just had a 30-minute breaker structure here with this brand new impulse. Now, the only thing that we got to pay attention to, chat, is that this broke with a wick, right? This broke with a wick. So we have to be mindful of that. Now, another thing that we can draw into our overall markup is we can put this trend line right here, right? Because this was a trend line from this structure here. We had this structure, price broke this structure. So what I'm looking for, chat, is to see if we can get a retest of this trend line here, and then possibly we could sell it down. So we gonna let Frank decide though if he want to buy or if he want to sell. Like I mentioned before, we starting with $1,000 inside the account. All right, so we starting with $1,000 inside the account, and yes, this is a live account. This is not a demo account. I literally put $1,000 inside the account, and we gonna see what we do, right? So we gonna see what we could turn it into if we get our setup right. But in the meantime, the most important thing about this, chat, is, like I mentioned before, the psychology, right? So for me personally, I like to equate, like trading very similar to boxing, right? Because in boxing, you have to have a lot of discipline. You can't, like, I remember when I was training at the gym, one thing that the coach told me was don't go to sleep, like stay woke, right? Because if you at any point in time in the ring, if you're not on your game, you could slip up and get caught with a shot. And the same thing applies inside of the market, where if you aren't on your P's and Q's, you're not crossing your T's and you dotting your I's, you can lose a trade very easy simply by not being on your P's and Q's. So, like I said, I want to, incorporate it to boxing, and I'm gonna kind of let him give a spiel, just about like discipline and consistency throughout his boxing journey. And then we gonna dive right into the, to the presentation. So if you want to just give them, some insight on about who you are, and how you got to where you at right now.
Grinding. You know what I'm saying? Literally. I got where I'm at right now today, just grinding. Busting my ass day in, day out. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to get it before I even had it. You know what I'm saying? But that's when I was hungry. That's when I was just working. I don't give a fuck, like, how long it took me. I just wanted to get there. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, I was just working day in and day out. You know what I'm saying? And when you get certain breaks, but you go boxing, you never know unless you came out the Olympics or, you know what I'm saying? How I came up, I got this shit up out the mud.
Yeah.
So the only thing is just like everybody got their own stories. You know what I'm saying? Like my story a little different. Like I started late, you know what I'm saying, and got to where I got to, and I just had to stay down. It's just staying down, being consistent, and not giving up. You feel me? I never gave up. It was certain little situations that came up that may have fell down, that didn't work, or whatever it may have been. But I stayed working. I stayed in the gym, stayed in shape. So when the opportunity presented itself, I was ready. So it's just like, always stay on point, stay woke.
Absolutely. They say you might have to turn your mic off because they said it's echoing.
Damn, you laughing.
I hear good. I have nigga. But hopefully y'all could hear me. I had turned my mic off, but he got a mic on too, so hopefully y'all should be able to hear. But basically what he was saying was it was just about the grind, being consistent, pretty much showing up every single day. And that's another thing with trading. It's the same thing. It's like you gotta show up for yourself, right? You gotta show up for yourself to a point where it's like nobody gonna tell you when to wake up and get on the charts. Nobody gonna tell you that, oh, I gotta get up and back test. And it's the same thing with boxing. Nobody gonna get up and tell you gotta go to the gym. You go to the gym on your own.
Perfect example, right? Perfect example. So if I got some of my partners or I got anybody with me, right? When I'm in camp, when I'm locked in, I'm locked in. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need no motherfucking body to come wake me up and be like, hey, we gotta go to the gym. I'm getting my ass up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to the gym. Cause like when you win, you know what I'm saying, you win with everybody. If you lose by yourself in a way. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, bro, you just gotta be so locked in and be like self-dependent. You just gotta go get it, right? So like if I got my partners or whatever who with me when we in camp, I'm not waking them niggas up. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't gotta wake me up either. So I'm waking you niggas up. Y'all gotta be on y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta get to it. Like, and I know like if we all on it, we own it. I shouldn't have to wake nobody up or hold nobody's hands. Ain't nobody doing that shit for me. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's the same thing for trading, right? So think about it, put it in perspective like this. Nobody waking him up to go to the gym, but also at the same time, like as a trader, nobody is telling you, oh, make sure that you back testing or make sure that your strategy is on point or make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do in order to be successful, because trading is such a mental game. Boxing is such a mental game because if you're not confident in the ring, you might lose your fight. If you're not confident in the market, you might lose that trade. So it's the discipline aspect that you have to really understand that it's going to take you so much, like it's going to take you far, but you also got to understand like nobody's calling you to tell you like, get up, bro. Nobody's calling you to take, oh, make sure you're looking at gold today, or make sure you're doing your top-down analysis, or make sure that you drawing your trend lines, or make sure that you waiting on your breaks and structure. Like nobody is telling you to do that.
And they shouldn't.
They shouldn't because think about it, bro. Like if you want the freedom to be able to do what you want, you also have to know what comes with that, right? So like even with boxing, this is why I even chose you to come on here, because boxing is such an individual sport where it's like you decide your outcomes. But with other team sports like football, basketball, you got teammates. You know what I'm saying? So like your teammates, if your teammate missed a shot, it's like, all right, well, they missed the shot, I can't do nothing about it. But in trading and in boxing, it's like it's only you. It's you all by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things where y'all got to make sure that y'all putting in the grind. Y'all got to make sure that y'all putting in the work, and y'all got to want it so bad for yourself, right? So you got to ask yourself, even when I talk about in a couple of my other videos where I talk about 5 Ps, prior planning prevents poor performance. This applies to trading. This applies to boxing. This even applies to life.
What's the five?
5 P's. Prior planning prevents poor performance. So basically planning out exactly what you're about to do so that you prevent that you not having a bad performance. You know what I'm saying? Like if you in camp and you like, all right, like I'm making sure I'm eating right, I'm making sure I'm training right, I'm making sure my weight is good before the weigh-in, then you know like, all right, when it's time to actually weigh in, I'm good because I did everything I was supposed to do because I prepared for it. But if you're not preparing for it, then it's like, all right, shit, I might have a sloppy fight. You gonna have a long night, exactly. So it's just one of those things where y'all definitely got to understand the discipline aspect. And I'm gonna show. Like I said, I got a PowerPoint for you guys that I want to talk about. That goes hand in hand with trading, right? So let's pull this PowerPoint up real quick, right? So here we are here. Your strategy is rarely the real problem, right? So this is where understanding that everything is mental in trading, right? So most traders keep changing strategies because it's easier than admitting that they lack discipline, right? So a lot of people, they like, oh, y'all saying I'm far from the mic. A lot of people think like, oh, it's just a strategy. Like I'm gonna come on Trader University and I'm gonna learn a strategy and then I'm gonna be good. But in reality, it's like you gotta have a discipline that's gonna take you there. The strategy is only, I would say, only like 10% of the battle, but the discipline aspect is the most important thing, right? Because just like I put on the slide, a profitable strategy will still lose money in the hands of an undisciplined trader. So
like, what is the strategy? What is the strategy? If you finna start off and you're like, all right, this is my strategy. Like, what is the strategy?
So the strategy is basically like you looking for certain components inside the market. So a strategy would be like your game plan going into a fight, right? Like you know your opponent does these type of tendencies, right? So if you know your opponent does these type of tendencies, you go into the fight with a game plan and say like, okay, I'm gonna be looking for, this particular shot because I see my opponent, they duck their right hand when they throw the jab or whatever the case may be. So that's your strategy. But inside of the market, it's like, all right, I'm looking for, these patterns to show up. I'm looking for, these certain type of things to occur. So I know that I can place this trade and it's a high probability chance that trade is going to play out. Yeah. So if you've been studying your opponent, you've been watching film, you're like, okay, he dropped his right hand. You know that, all right, it's a high probability chance I'm going to be able to land this shot because I seen him drop his hand in the past. So that's what the strategy is. So even like I said on the slide, you got to ask yourself, how many strategies have you switched from before truly mastering one? And where I see a lot of people go wrong on YouTube is y'all literally are on YouTube University, where y'all like going from me, y'all going to another trader, y'all going to another trader, y'all going to another trader, and y'all watching all of these different things. It's the same thing in boxing. It's like, all right, let's just say you fight southpaw, right? Mm-hmm. So if you fight southpaw, it's like, all right, you fought southpaw, but you got this trainer, but then you trying to go to 12 different trainers and fighting orthodox. Okay. Exactly. So it's just one of those things where it's like, damn, like if you trying to do too many things at once, you're not going to be able to master one thing. And the same thing inside of markets, if you're not focused on one particular strategy and you just like, all right, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try this, you're never going to be able to master it. And that's one important thing about trading is having that discipline to stick with one thing until you find your success in it, right? Now, another thing, learn to separate a good trade from a winning trade, right? A winning trade can still be a bad trade. I see hella people talk about this. They be like, Mike, I doubled my account. And I be like, you doubled your account? What you mean you doubled your account? Like, yeah, like I doubled my account in one trade. And all that lets me know is if you doubled your account in one trade, then you was over leveraging, right? You was over leveraging your account. You was risking too much. That same trade that you took where you could have doubled your trade, you could have lost half of your account. So it's like really put it in perspective. It's like you going in the box and you like, yeah, I knocked the dude out, but I really caught him on some humbug. Like I hit him with a shot that I ain't really mean to throw. Hit the nigga. Yeah, like I threw it, but on some wild shit, and it really wasn't supposed to land, but it landed. But it landed. Yeah. But it's like that was luck. You know what I'm saying? So same thing inside the market. It's like if you got a winning trade and you know that you broke your rules, that's technically still a losing trade from the discipline standpoint because you didn't do every single thing that you've been bullshitting and you ain't do everything that you supposed to do. You ain't staying sharp. So I will say, chat, judge yourself by your execution, not by the money that you made or the money that you lost, right? And this is why I talk about in training camp, performance over the money, right? It matters how you perform inside of the market instead of how much money that you make. Because like I said, you can double your account in one trade, but if you just over leverage and you just jumped in because you saw gold impulsing, it's like, well, did you really do everything that you were supposed to do? Or you just got lucky you just got lucky on that particular trade. Like I seen people in the comments earlier, they was talking about how Frank gonna get beginner's luck. You know what I'm saying? They said that you gonna get beginner's luck, but that's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
but question, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, what is the objective? Like, what is it like? Okay, what is the game plan when you start? When you be like, all right, I'm finna do this. I'm finna start my day. What is the game plan? If you like, all right, don't look for a lucky shot where you're gonna pull this out. Like, all right, boom, you got lucky, or like, what is the what is the win?
So basically, based off of how I teach them inside of the chat, it's like we looking for particular things to occur, right? So we looking for the way we was talking about it yesterday was impulse, correction, get money, right? Mm-hmm. You can't get money without having the impulse and the correction, right? So when we look inside the market, we looking for an impulse to happen, we looking for a correction to happen, and then we can get money following that. But if we don't have the impulse and the correction, then we can't get money. So when we approaching the charts, we looking at it from a standpoint like, okay, did I have my impulse? Did my impulse occur? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, okay, move on to the next step. Am I waiting on my correction? Yes. If I got my correction, okay, cool. Now I can look to get money. But if I didn't have those first two phases,
so can you show us the first two? Can you show us?
Yeah. I can. Yep. I can show y'all for sure. So let's pull this up real quick. So here we are right here. All right. So this is exactly what we was going over day one. So y'all gotta make sure y'all go tap into the recording for sure. So
day one.
Yep. So look, let me turn this off and then put this on right here. So an impulse is going to tell us the overall direction the market wants to go. It's like you sprinting, right? So if you want to sprint and you want to go inside the markets, you like, all right, I'm sprinting, I'm running. That's an impulsive move, right? A correction is like, all right, I got tired, I'm jogging. You know what I'm saying? Like I just slowed down a bit. I gotta chill. And then a continuation is you sprint again, right? So this is what it looks like inside of the market when you have your overall impulse. This is this aggressive push to the upside. And you can have an impulse to the upside or you can have an impulse to the downside, right? So we have an impulse to the upside. It's going to push up and then it's going to correct and come back. And then it's going to give us our continuation. This is where we looking to make our money.
So he sprinted, right? He sprinted, calmed it down, coasted a little bit, turned it back up.
Yep, exactly.
So 100%. If it was the opposite way, if the impulse was going down, and then the correction would be up, and then you would look for it to go back down.
Yep, 100%. Y'all locked in for sure. So yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for. But we gotta understand too that this happens on multiple time frames. You know what I'm saying? So like the time frames are these things right up here, right? So we got like the daily. This is mean that we call them candlesticks, right? So every single one of these little candles, if I click the daily time frame, it's telling me that it's every candle is a day worth of data. So every time it prints, that means 24 hours have passed. That's actual concrete data. So right now, if I go to current price, this is the current candle right here, right? This is the current candle right here, right? So this candle is forming, but it still got 20 hours left until that candle closed. Once that candle closed, that's solidified data.
So it's up right now, right?
Yeah, it's up. It's going up right now because it's pushing. Yeah, it's pushing to the upside. So blue in this case means bullish, which is going up. Orange is going down. Okay. So this candle right now is currently going bullish, right? But if this, it could close bearish, by the time the 20 hours have passed. But it's just about understanding, like, okay, did I get an impulse to the upside to tell me where I need to go? Did I get a correction? And then I'll be looking for a continuation. So just like how this move happened right here, let's just illustrate this right here. We had an impulse push down, we had a correction, and then we got a continuation. So this was where we would have been looking to sell and get money. That makes sense.
So the continuation is basically like that's like where you figure out like, all right, I'm gonna just sell right here, or
Yeah, you're gonna look to get money, right? So impulse correction, get money.
okay,
Get money is the continuation phase.
okay.
So if we start originally down with our impulse, we gonna pull back and go up for a little bit, like that resting period, and then we gonna sprint right back down.
Gotcha.
So that's how it is for a downtrend. But for an uptrend, it's like we be impulsing up, we gonna correct, and then we gonna continue to go to the upside.
Gotcha.
So that's what we looking for, based on like how you asked your question about the strategy portion, right? So the strategy portion, understanding like, okay, what am I exactly looking for inside the market? We looking for those impulses, those corrections in order to get money.
All right.
That makes sense? All right, perfect. So another thing, like I mentioned before, chat, your lesson is to judge yourself by your execution, not the money that you made or lost. So if Frank come in here and he be like, all right, bro, I just want to buy, and he ain't have an impulse in a correction, then it's like, shit, you gambling at that point, because you ain't following the strategy.
You ain't paying attention.
Exactly. So you got to make sure that you got to cross all your T's and dot your I's before you place that trade, right? So, and in order to classify this, we go by having a good loss and we have a bad win. So a good loss is meaning that you followed the plan, you accept the result, you did everything that you were supposed to do, but the market just didn't play out, right? A bad win is when you over risked, you risk too much of your account, you chased the trade, or you simply just got lucky. Like, because obviously when you inside the markets, it's one of those things where you got a 50-50 chance, because it only could go up or down. You know what I'm saying? So
the good loss is basically like you did everything right. It's just like shit fucked up.
yep.
Right? And then a bad win is like you just did some bullshit, but you still won, but
Yep.
that shit ain't gonna happen all the time.
Exactly. 100%. So it's about having that discipline and that focus to really know, like, all right, as long as I do everything I'm supposed to do, I can be profitable in the long term. But where most people go wrong, and where most traders like literally fuck up, is sometimes they do everything they supposed to do, sometimes they don't. And this is where that discipline aspect come in, because it's like, all right, if I'm wishy-washy 50% of the time I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, 50% of the time I'm not going to get the results that, I'm supposed to. But if I'm all the way locked in, and I would say like 95% of the time you locked in, then it's like, all right, bet I have a higher probability chance of making sure that I'm making money in the end. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. My trades hitting their targets, and that's what it ultimately boiled down to. Somebody said, can we drop this PowerPoint in Discord? Absolutely. I got y'all. But all right, moving on to the next thing too. This a real thing. If you start trading, bro, you really gonna understand this, right? So one thing I want y'all to understand, chat, is stop trading to feel better, right? A lot of people inside of the markets, they just get into trades because they want to feel good. It's damn near like gambling, bro. It's like going on FanDuel and like, all right, I just want to place this bet just because, like people really have gambling problems, but in trading, it's like it's like a real thing, right? So a lot of traders, they just enter positions because they bored, they frustrated, or they just desperate looking for, excitement, right? So one thing I want y'all to understand is that you should never just come to the market just as a sign of relief or like a dopamine hit. Because a lot of people, they just like, all right, I just woke up, shit, let me just get on the markets and see what I can find. And half of the time, the trades don't even be playing out, or the trades don't even be, like they don't even be setting up. So it's just one of those things where you got to make sure that you're not trading to feel better. You trading because your setup is present. You'll see a lot of people blow their accounts just because they was trying to trade just to feel it, right? Just to feel better, or like feel like they being productive. So like for me, if I come to the market and like, let's say I wake up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym. So let's say I wake up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym. I come home and I get home at 6, and then I come to the charts. I'm not just about to place a trade just because I came to the charts that day. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just because I showed up don't mean I got to place a trade. I got to make sure I see every single thing on my chart that's present to show me that, all right, this is a good time to place a trade. Otherwise, I'm just coming up here and I'm just, I'm doing bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, if you go to the gym, you like, all right, I'm gonna just show up to the gym, just say I came to the gym, but I ain't do no
Nah,
work.
we working.
Exactly. It's like I came here with intention, so I'm doing it with a purpose, right? So when you placing your trades, it's the exact same thing. It's like you got to make sure that you coming into the market with a purpose, and if you don't have that purpose there, then you simply gotta, you gotta sit on the sidelines, right? So another thing that I want y'all to understand too is sometimes the best trade that you can take is simply just by walking away or closing your chart. Like if you go to gold and you like, damn, this shit consolidating, like I don't see no impulse, I don't see no correction, then it's like, bro, just walk away, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like wait on the next setup, because ultimately it's one of those things where if you just
What's the time frame though? When do you know, like, all right, it ain't doing nothing? Like, how long?
It just depends. It depends on the type of trader you are. So you can have multiple styles of traders, right? So you can have a trader that's a scalper. A scalper is somebody that's like looking to be inside of the markets for short periods of time, which is like, few minutes, 15, 20, 30 minutes. Then you got intraday traders. I intraday trade, which is I'm looking for the trade to be in the market. I'm looking to be in the market for a few hours going on maybe to the next day. And then you got swing traders. Swing traders are like, they trying to hold their positions for long periods of time. So like long-term investors, where like if you buy a stock and you like, I'm gonna hold this for, a few months or, even a year or whatever the case may be, like that's a swing trader, or even a couple of days, whatever the case may be. That's the type of trade. That's the type of trader you got to understand that you are. So like for you, how you was like, well, I could do this in my free time. You might want to do intraday or scalping, because it's like, you got certain stuff to do at the end of the day or whatever time you go to the gym, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna do this before I go to the gym, and then I'm gonna be done with it, versus trying to hold on trades for a long period of time. So this is, somebody said this a 101 for him. Yeah, we about to get him right, chat. He about to be the next chart runner. He gonna be killing the charts.
Turn it up now. One thing about me, when I lock in on something, I'm gonna try to master that shit.
Absolutely, 100%. So look, next thing, chat.
Let me say something.
What up? What you got to say?
I can say something.
Yep. Talk to the mic.
So look, dude says a one-on-one fan. What y'all not realizing is like he could sit here showing y'all charts all day, but like he said, that's 10% of it. Like once you learn the charts, like I've learned the charts, but it's like I've lost a lot along the way because I don't have the psychological aspect intact. So what he's teaching y'all right now is psychology. When he's in the boxing ring, if his mind is not in it, he's gonna lose. It's just him versus his opponent. So when you on this market, it's just you versus the market. You can't blame nobody else for clicking that button. That's what he's trying to teach y'all. So it's like in reality, it might seem like, oh, he's not showing us the charts. He's teaching y'all the most important part of it right now. It's mental. I promise you. Like it's literally mental. At the end of the day, like you could know how to read the charts and all that, but if you're not making the right decisions on when to pull out, when to, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna win. So y'all like, well, what the chart say and all this other stuff, he's teaching you the most important part of it. Even last time, I remember his first episode, people was like, and then it's a lot of laughing, yada yada yada. I promise you. I've always lost the most whenever I'm too serious. Whenever I wake up, it's a bad day. I'm trying to win so much money and I end up losing. Whenever I'm chilling, playing the game, looking over at the charts, that's when I win the most. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not worried about it. And they literally say like the people that don't have money issues win the most. Because when you get in the charts and you like, damn, bro, I got rent to pay, I got all this to pay. It's like you sitting there, you eager. You get what I'm saying? You trying hard. You like, fuck. You end up losing more money because you just searching for stuff that's not there. When you don't got no worries, that's when the money comes. So it's like in reality, y'all don't even know this man. So it's like when he's inside the charts, it's like when he's with y'all, it seems like he locked in XYZ 100%, which he is. But on his regular days, he vibing, enjoying life. Even if he lose 10 bands, he's still enjoying life. Because guess what? If he let it get to him, he gonna lose 10 bands the next day. You know what I'm saying? But he don't. And guess what happens? He lose 10 bands, then the next day he makes 25. You get what I'm saying? So anytime y'all watching this man's trade and y'all be like, where the charts at? Y'all worry about the wrong thing, I promise you.
Feel me?
Hey, they say you talking that real.
Look,
They say you talking that.
talking about that nigga.
You talking that real. You talking that real. He just gave some real spill. Look, And he when you start trading,
Shit, I mean, I've been fucking with stocks for a little minute, but I just started Forex probably like 4 or 5 months ago.
exactly. Look, 4 or 5 months ago, and he giving y'all the spiel, right? Like the real understanding of like the mindset aspect about it, and that's why I said like that's why I wanted to incorporate this in the middle of Trader University, because it's like, yes, I could show y'all charts all day, but I promise you, if your mental is not right, it's over for you, right? It's cooked. You know what I'm saying? So like the psychology, like I really hope y'all taking notes, because like this is one of the most important things where if you don't get your mind right, you cooked, bro. Like even me, like you could pass me them books right there. Just pull all the books off the shelf, just all of them, bro. Like self-development inside of the market is one of the most important things, right? So look,
that shit just everything in itself, bro. Just
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, on just a daily basis, you know what I'm saying? Just training your mind to be on point, bro. Being tapped in with these books, being, you know what I'm saying, on point. Like that's when I'm at my best, bro. When I'm locked in on this, bro, because I'm sharp, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking different. I'm moving different, bro, off of just reading a book, bro. It's going to make me think different throughout my day. If I just go throughout my day just how I be, bro, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, nigga can get distracted.
that's good. Look, chat, this is what I mean, bro. This is what I mean. Like, you gotta be locked in with this, right? Like, you gotta be so indulged on building your psychology to the point where it's like nothing in the world can stop you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have that belief, you gotta have that mindset. And the only way that you gonna learn it is by looking inside of books or being around individuals that's giving you real game, because you got to think about it. The only thing that we know is what we've been taught our whole life. And for like, I could pretty much speak for everybody in here. Like, we don't really come from the greatest environments. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you know that you don't come from a great environment, it's like you got to do everything in your power to get the upper hand, right? So you got to understand, like, all right, I know that I have a step back. I know that I didn't come from the greatest household, so I got to do everything that I can do to build my knowledge. And it's not like it's a regular job where it's like, oh, all you need is a high school diploma or whatever the case may be. It's like, this is day trading. This is the market. This is stocks. This is futures. This is Forex. This is a game where you got to be so mentally sound that you don't got time to not be on point. You got to make sure you crossing your T's, make sure you dotting your I's at every single time. So like, when I show y'all these books, it's like I'm showing y'all these books because like this is knowledge that I've indulged in. And it's like I fed this to my soul, where it's like, all right, I learned bits and pieces from all of these different books and take every bit of information and say like, okay, I can apply this here. I can apply this here. A lot of these books that I got in my hand is information that apply to the market, even though it don't got anything to do with the market. A lot of these books right here, he can read and apply it to boxing because it's all up here. You know, it's all a mindset. So it's like, as long as you got the discipline and you got that grit to say like, okay, I'm gonna be the person that's gonna go get it. I'm gonna be the person that's gonna be different. I'm gonna be the person that's like, all right, I'm a show up for myself, because this is, like I said, it's a one-on-one game. It's you versus you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do everything in your power to show up for yourself and say like, all right, I'm a learn more about me. I'm gonna learn more about how my mental works. I'm gonna learn more about what my emotions cause me to do on a day in and day out basis. I see somebody say, what's your top 3 books? My top 3 books is Think and Grow Rich. All right, so Think and Grow Rich right here. The Power of Habit. The Power of Habit and The Power of Habit and No Excuses are kind of like a tie. And then No Excuses. Atomic Habits.
So this right here on the one.
Yeah, that's one of the best ones. Yep. So Atomic Habits and The Power of Habit, they kind of like say the same thing. So like these both is, real good books. And then the next one I would say is What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, because this some inner thoughts, right? So this are all of the thoughts that's going on in your head where you say like, all right, what am I saying? Like, am I doubting myself? because the voice in your head is gonna be the thing that's gonna have the most effect. Like if you telling yourself like, no, I can't never do this, or I ain't gonna never be able to, I ain't gonna never make it in trading, then you literally never gonna make it, because that voice in your head is telling you that. So those my 3 favorite books. Appreciate you. But like I said, you just gotta invest in yourself to really be, endorsed in, right? Now let's go ahead and get back to the PowerPoint. But actually, hold on. Before we do that, chat, let's ring. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to ring the hotline mid session, just to kind of get a feel for y'all can ask some questions while we talking about this portion of the lesson, because once we get to the the live trading, then we might not, y'all might not be focused. So y'all can ring the hotline. I'll probably take 3 questions. You can ask me a question, you can ask Frank a question, whatever the case may be. But please, chat, make sure that y'all not BSing, like y'all asking legit questions like I've been telling y'all this whole week. Make sure that y'all come with like decent questions. Otherwise, I'm gonna have the chat spam your phone and y'all gonna be cooked. All right, so everybody got the number, right? Y'all should have the number. I put it in the thing, so y'all can ring the hotline. I'll do that for the next 10 minutes, or not even the next 10 minutes, next 5 minutes. So we gonna see who gonna answer a question, who gonna ask a question. Which order do you recommend those books to read? It just depends. Hold on. Oh damn, I think I hit. Oh no. Hello?
What up, nephew?
I'm your uncle, bro.
I'm 57, Detroit Buffs.
Oh, okay. All right. What's up, uncle?
Hey, what up? My question is, number 1, do you trade opening bell with gold?
No,
And why not?
because it really doesn't have no direct correlation. I trade gold when the setup is near. Like when the setup, just like how we were just talking about, like if the setup ain't the setup, then I ain't taking it.
Okay. And next real quick question. Do you have something that you can give to us as a group that would show us the proper lot size to bid when we do a trade? So if we have a certain amount of money, this is what lot size we should do. We should never go over this lot size. Yeah,
I got something in the tuck for y'all at the end of day 7. However, it's all about percentage based risk, right? So like that's like saying like, all right, if you got $1,000 in the account and you want to risk 10%, then you gonna risk $100, right? So it's just, in the case it's really math, but I got a compound sheet for y'all at the end of the call. I mean at the end of the day 7.
Okay. All right, now appreciate it, bro.
All right. About nephew. Hello? Oh shit. How do I answer? Hello? Hello?
Y'all brought a pizza. I need to.
Yo.
Hello?
Yeah, I got 2 questions.
What's up?
Put on your life you read all those books.
I ain't read them all in totality, but I didn't skim through the pages on some of them, but majority I read them, yeah. But no, I ain't read. You got to think about it. Like certain books, you only need a bit of that book, right? Because not every single book like is going to give you everything you need. It's like when you read certain books, it's like you could read one chapter and read that one chapter over and over and over and gain way more value than you would from reading the whole book. You know what I'm saying? So like Think and Grow Rich, I done read the same chapter over and over and over again, because it's one of those things where like this is one of the most important things that this book talks about. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah, no, sure. I'm about to say, I know damn well you read all those books, man.
Sorry,
But I got one more question.
What's up?
This for Frank.
What's up?
What's the biggest mindset shift that took you from amateur to pro?
Mindset shift?
Yeah, what really made you like, all right, I'm ready,
Just, man, really was. I got tired of the amateurs. You know what I'm saying? I was on the USA team. I was supposed to fight like for the WSB, that's worse. It was a World Series of boxing. It's like a semi-pro league or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I was gonna get like international experience and all that. So I was on the USA team. I was out in Colorado Springs, and shit, I went out there, and it was either fight in a golden. I won a Golden Gloves in 26, so it was like fighting the national Golden Gloves in 2017 or fighting the WSB. So I'm like, I'm gonna fight in the WSB to get the international experience, you know, for before I turned pro. So I was out there in the USA team. I ended up not fighting in the WSB or the Golden Glove. So I basically missed out on both opportunities or whatever. So after that, you know, I was just like, man, I'm tired of the amateurs. You know, I'm just turn pro. And, you know what I'm saying? I just went pro right after that.
Right. Nah, bro. Keep doing your thing, man.
For sure, man. I appreciate it.
I heard you say you started late. What's late?
I started at 18, like 17 going on 18.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's late as hell. Yeah, bro. Good shit, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Bro.
Yeah, you too.
Stay blessed.
Yeah.
that flip phone. Oh shit! Some of y'all, the call got ignored because it was already on the phone. Sometimes y'all calling when somebody else already on the line. So I'm gonna take one more question before we continue to go. Before we get into it. Hello.
What's going on?
What's up?
Hey, so I got 3 questions for you, gang.
What's up?
All right, so like starting out trading, like what mindset shift made the biggest difference, like in being profitable?
Yeah, so for me, I feel like it was the detachment of the outcomes, right? Because when I very first started, I felt like, all right, like I gotta hit this trade, or I gotta make money, I gotta do this, and it caused me to make emotional based decisions, right? So when I make emotional based decisions, it's like now I'm letting my own emotions dictate my decisions, where I'm not really thinking logically. I'm thinking like, all right, well, I gotta make this money, or you know how they're saying, like, I gotta get this money by tomorrow. Like that's how it would be. You know what I'm saying? Like, so once I decided to like take myself out of the equation and only look at the market for completely what it is, which is simply just data. That's what really like opened things up, because now it's like, okay, the data is damn near just a video game. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, it's like mastering the video game. If you can master the video game, then you know exactly what to do. So when I started treating like that, and I'm like, all right, I really don't care. Like, not saying I don't care about like trading, but I don't really care about the outcome in the sense where it's gonna make me emotional. It's like I accept everything that's coming with it, and then, you know, I'm in complete acceptance. So at that point, it's just like I just let the trade do what it do.
Right. Okay. All right, bet. All right. So my next question is, how do you stay confident after taking multiple losses in a row?
Get back to the drawing board. Go back and like, I even go back and watch my own videos. Like, I even go, like, everything that I teach y'all, I even go back and back test it my own, because like sometimes like you can know exactly what you're doing, and then sometimes just from life itself, like you may not feel confident, so you got to do things internally to build your own confidence. It's like whatever you feel like you got to do is like to build your confidence, you got to do it. So like for me, it's just starting back with the basics, going back to doing everything, the fundamentals, and you know, doing everything correctly.
Hell yeah. All right, bet. All right, my last question is, how do you deal with the fear of missing out when the market is like moving without you?
Always knowing, understanding it's gonna always be another trade, right? It's always gonna be another, like the analogy I use is it's always gonna be another bus, right? So think about you being at the bus stop. The bus always gonna come. It's gonna come every 15 minutes. So it's like, all right, if I know that I'm at the bus stop, I'm not about to run down the street trying to chase the bus when I know it's another bus coming in 15 minutes. So when I had that understanding, it's like, okay, like I don't gotta go chasing this when I know it's gonna be another one. So why not just wait and, you know, be patient? So once I understood that and I really drilled it in my head, that changed a lot for me, because it's like I don't gotta go chase the. Even think about it like this, yo, if you got a dog, right? My dog, he bad as hell. So if he get out the house, if he get out the door, he's sprinting down the street. But I know that if I go chasing him, he's going to run from me.
Keep on running.
Exactly. But if I be like, hey, I got a treat, or if I squeak the tennis ball, he gonna come right to me. So it's like I don't even gotta chase him. I let him come to me. So same thing inside the market. I don't gotta chase the market. I just let the market come to me. Once I see my 3 phases, once I got all my confirmations, it's like, okay, it's go time. And I don't gotta worry about missing out.
Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate that, man.
All right, for sure, brother. Had a good night.
You too.
Bet. All right, so that was the last call for the night. Don't ring the hotline, no more chat until we get to the end. But that was some real good questions. Let's see. Let me read the chat. Say bro sound like Big Sean. I've already read 12 books this year. I'm reading 1 a week. After 2 losses, clear your chart and start over because you're missing a trend. That's a good advice. Can you teach? Didn't I just tell y'all? And I tell y'all don't call. It said, can you teach us how to do the playbook? I seen one of your videos. You had a big ass playbook. Hand me that bag right there. Go y'all right there. Yeah. So look, I think it's in here. Yeah. So look, the playbook is like this. All right. So it's just a screenshot of everything that I teach y'all. Right. So it's like this. It's a playbook of everything. So you just taking screenshots of everything that we talked about. Right. So it's one of those things where as long as you screenshot, you screenshot in your back testing sessions and then you put them into a binder. So like at any point in time, I can keep this right here and I can be like, does this trade look like what it looked like on this screenshot? If the answer is no, then it's like, no, I'm not taking it. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of those things where it's good to have stuff like this so you can go back and look at it and say like, okay, this is my setup, especially for like beginner traders. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got that confirmation, you got that confidence to say like, okay, this is exactly what it looked like. You ever seen them things in school where it'd be like, identify this pattern, and then it'd be like pick a picture similar to what you just saw before. It's like the same shit where it's like, all right, I seen this happened in the past, more than likely it's gonna happen again. All right. Somebody said, how long have you been trading? I've been trading since 2019. So that's what, almost seven years now. Almost 7 years. But all right.
When you feel like you start understanding it, you know what I'm saying? When you feel like, all right, I know it's one of them things like you always gonna learn, you gonna always get better, you gonna always learn new stuff. But when you feel like you got to a point where you was like, all right, I get it, I understand it, like I'm going up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so like my very first year, I had the knowledge down, but then it wasn't until like a year and a half, like my second year, where I had to start developing like my mental. Because when I got introduced to it by a dude that like didn't explain risk management. He was just like, oh, like when the indicator go up this, you do this X, Y, and Z, but he ain't never tell me how to like manage my money. So I would get in the market and I'd be like, shit, I'm trying to make 100, I'm trying to make 200, whatever the case may be, and over leverage my account like crazy because I ain't know no better. But then it took me like, imagine having like a year, like when you boxing, imagine having a year of throwing your jab the wrong way, and then you realize like, damn, I've been throwing my jab the wrong way this whole time. Now I gotta work to fix it. But you already done built the habit. So for me, it was like, all right, I built these bad habits. Now I gotta go unfix them. Right. That's why like with beginner traders, it's better for them to learn the material the right way from the start. And then it's like they don't build those bad habits. For me, I had the bad habits to start, so it took me a little while longer to really develop my psychology to the point where it was like, all right, I'm not doing the same, dumb shit that I was doing before. But that was a real good question. Somebody said I'm 7 months in and things just now starting to make sense. 100%. And the thing,
time.
Exactly.
Like anything that we do, it take time. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was asking, like, when did you feel like, you know what I'm saying, all right, I'm understanding this more. I know I still got a whole lot of room to get there, but I'm understanding it better, and I know how to, you know what I'm saying, I know what moves to make, I know what moves not to make, but everything takes time.
100%. And like one thing that I want y'all to understand too is everybody's journey is different. It may take, like, Frank already like a naturally disciplined person, so he could come into here and maybe get it in 3 or 4 months. And then, like for me, it may take me a year and a half, and then Shannon back here, it might take him 2 years. Dez, it might take him 3 months. Like whatever the case may be, it's like everybody got their own journey, and it's all dependent on your mindset and how you perceive things inside of the markets, right? And when you understand, like, that's why I was telling you about the bad habits, because like if you understand, like, if I focus on doing the right things first, the right way, then I don't have to worry about going back and fixing them. But if I start off bad, then I'm gonna be cooked. That's why, like, when people have small accounts and they like, okay, well, it's only $100, I don't really care. Then it's like you starting bad habits to start. And then when you get to building those accounts, you gonna have them same bad habits. So that's why it's like when you starting your small accounts, you gotta treat that same, you gotta have that level of discipline as if it was, a larger account, whatever the case may be. So that's one thing I want y'all to understand. Somebody said, what's the hardest part for you to learn about trading during your journey? How did you overcome it? It was just learning more about myself. I'm really indulged in, like, really taking the time to learn about myself. And the thing about learning about yourself is you learn more and more every day as you grow, as you get older. It's like, you know what I'm saying? You learn what you like, what you don't like, like as you go through different seasons, X, Y, and Z. So it's just about learning yourself. And that's why I even talked about the books, because it's like, come on, bro. Like, I know I gotta get to the next level. And if I ain't getting to the next level, then, I'm staying stagnant. And now if you staying stagnant, then ultimately you're going to get the same results that you've been having. Somebody said, what's a good account size for you though? Like, what account size did you work towards to go full time? Me personally, bro, when I went full time, bro, I only had like a couple thousand in my account. Like, I wasn't, like, I went out on faith, bro. And that's like me being fully transparent. Like, I didn't have like 100 bands saved in an account. Like, that was never me. I went out to the point, like, I knew that, all right, I could make $150 every single day, because that's what I was making at work during the time. So it's like, I know that I could make $150. So shit, I was good. So it all just depends on you, because if you didn't watch my channel, y'all didn't see me turn 1,000 to 20,000 in 3 days. Y'all didn't see me turn 5,000 and 23,000 in 3 days. Y'all didn't see me turn $100 to 5K in 4 days. Like, it don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can do those things. It don't matter what you start with. It's just about the mindset that y'all have when y'all, when you dealing with it. Somebody said, how do you unlearn the bad habits? You got to focus so much on the good habits that the bad habits become, obsolete. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't want to just be like, oh, I want to break this habit. It's like, I want to do this habit so bad that I'm going to forget about the old habit. Somebody said you consolidating if you staying stagnant. 100%. 100%. Definitely. Let me take a look at gold though, because I seen somebody say in the chat that gold was looking like it was about to do something. So we about to pull the charts back up and see if we could get Frank to make some money based off of what he knows so far. See if we could get him.
Looking for the. Let me sit up real quick. I'm trying to make some pay.
All right, hold on. Let's see that. Let me pull it up. Boom. All right, so look, I'm gonna give you some pointers. I'm gonna give you some pointers right here.
Don't embarrass me in front of my friends, bro.
So look, we had this impulse push to the downside, right? So the impulse to the downside, and then we starting to get this correction, right? So what can we expect at today?
It's gonna go back. It's gonna go back up, right? Or is it gonna go down? It's gonna go down.
Yep. So that's what we're looking for. So currently,
so
right?
We're looking for it to go down.
Yep, because our impulse told us it was going to the downside when it broke this little level right here.
Okay.
Right. So we waiting on this to pull back just enough to come back to kind of like to this level right here, this trend line. And then because the story here is every time the price touched this trend line, it bounced. So we're looking for price to come to this trend line again, and then we'll do what? Bounce. Yeah, exactly. Bounce. So we looking for it to bounce to the downside. So if we can get that bounce, and then I ain't taught you about candlesticks yet, but if we can get a certain candlestick pattern, and I'm gonna say like it's called an engulfing candle. So engulfing candle is like you got a candle like this, and you got a candle like this. So let me just make this blue and orange to keep it the same. So if the orange candle is much bigger than this blue candle right here, then we can expect that, you know, price is getting ready to go bearish, right? Price is going down because this orange candle is engulfing this previous candle. It's like Pac-Man. Like, you know, when the Pac-Man it bite the other shit. That's how this is. This like taking over this candle. That's what an engulfing candle means, right?
Okay.
So if we get that engulfing candlestick, so basically what we would need to see is we would need to see a bullish candle like this, form, and then the next candle preceding it, we will look to take a sell after this candle close like this. All right. So that's one of those things where it's like, all right, we could look to take advantage of that, right? But we ain't got it quite yet, so we can't really look to. I mean, you could take a trade whenever you want to.
No. I need to still listen. You know what I'm saying? I gotta still, you know, I'm trying to hit something. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, I think that person, they probably in a different, different chart.
What?
They asked why you're showing wick below. He probably in like a different time.
Oh, y'all saying the y'all chart's not saying that? Let's look out.
Probably in a different time frame. That's why.
Hold on. Oh no! Oh shit!
What?
The chart that we on, so we on this TVC. The other one's not showing that this had a breaker structure. So this is Oanda, and this is Forex.com. This one not showing it. And let's look on Liquid real quick.
I'll be on that day.
Hold on. Damn, Liquid didn't even show it. So, all right. So look. So we got to kind of retract what we just said because it on the other charts. I don't know why on this one right that we was on. I don't know why it's showing this, but some brokers be a little off. Yeah, some brokers be a little off. But on all of the other charts, it's showing us that it never broke this line. That's what this. I'm gonna make it a different color real quick. It never showed us it broke this white line. So therefore, our impulse is really to the upside because they had broke this high. So impulse, correction, shit, we might be able to buy. I ain't gonna lie. We might be looking for a decent buy, chat. The only reason why I use this one is because this one, like when I came to TradingView, it didn't have no markups. Cause like I already had markups on this previous one right here. So like you see how like I got all of this stuff on here. So that's why I didn't use this broker. I was just using the one that was empty. So we could really just use Liquid, right? We can use Liquid, and if we already low-key got a bullish. I ain't gonna lie, chat. We damn near already got what we need. Cause to take the trade.
So on this chart,
It's been saying that all day.
On this chart, what is the impulse and the correction?
So on this chart right here, we have. Let me see if I can draw it out real quick.
So the impulse.
So on this one, we had this impulse here. Let's change the color.
Correction is down.
So we're gonna make this white. So this impulse right here, and then we had this correction right here. And let me make this a different color. Let's make that red. And then we'll be looking for what?
What is going on?
Impulse, right?
A continuation.
So
or think about it like this. Impulse, correction, get money.
So we
Okay.
Impulse, correction, get money. Impulse, correction, get money.
Hey, explain it.
So look, so yeah, that's a good question. So we asking they ask how long do we hold it? So we will take our profits at this 0%, which is this next stopping point, which is this previous level of resistance, because basically the market is telling us that every time that price came here, it bounced off of this area. It's like, let me see, shit, I don't got no bouncy ball, but like throwing something off the ceiling, it bounced, right? So like in this case, it came to a ceiling and then it bounced down. So if we take a buy right here, our first target is this area right here is basically the ceiling.
That's where we stop.
That's where we're looking to stop it. And then, or if we could have price retrace, we could have price go to our negative 27, which is based off our Fibonacci levels. Our Fibonacci levels is pretty much just like a mathematical data standpoint where it says it, like think about a slingshot, right? If I have a slingshot and I pull it all the way back, it's going to shoot far. But if I only pull it back real close, then it's not going to shoot as far. So this is basically like a slingshot saying how far did I pull it back, and that's going to tell you how far it's going to shoot. So when I put this Fibonacci on here, it's like, all right, this is telling me how far price is going to shoot. So based off of this this retracement, the way I teach it is pretty much green zone to green zone. So this is a green zone retracement. So this green line right here, we could look to target this negative 61.8, which is a green zone, take profit. So
how long would it take to get there?
we don't know.
You don't know.
We don't control. Yeah, if that's what you decide, then you just hold it till it hit take profit.
That's where confidence comes in.
Yep, that's where a lot of people go wrong, because they like, all right, I'm in this trade, and then they might see it like pull back or start going down a little bit, and they be like, oh fuck, I'm gonna just close it because I'm scared. But in reality, it's like, that's why you gotta have your strategy in place and be so confident in your strategy to say like, all right, if this do X, Y, and Z, then I know that it's a high probability chance it's gonna go to this target. But a lot of people really be like, I ain't gonna lie, I really want to place the trade just so y'all can see this shit. But
do it to the second blue line.
hold on. Let me pull up this one, because this one is a little bit better. Hold on. All right, so boom. So like if we was to put this fib on here, really I ain't got the markup. Hold on. Let me go here real quick. So this is my chart, chat. So we have all of this structure that's being formed, right? We know that this level up here is another zone that we could possibly take advantage of. So yeah, we could take a very minor structure buy, right? We could definitely take a minor structure buy, but the only thing I don't like about this is the way like these little candles, we getting structure. We broke structure for sure. We definitely, well, actually, no, we haven't broken structure yet. If we close above this line right here, we should be good, because this was the last lower high point of this downtrend. So remember how I talked about yesterday, chat, how to know when the correction is over. We got this downtrend structure right here. So if we break above this area, retest, then we good to buy. So we gonna wait on that. If we get that, then we going in. So how much you want to risk? So look, let me give you like
30% of the count.
So look, so listen, like the average, like for me, like the average, I would say a good median is like 5 to 10%, right? So on $1,000 account, that'd be risking $50 to $100. However, you got the option to risk however much you want. You know what I'm saying? It's solely up to you. Like when I do my challenge accounts, when I'm like trying to flip some shit, I risk like 30%, which would be like $300 of the $1,000. But it just, it just depends on you. So whatever you want to do,
I do 15.
15? Okay. So 15% of the count. But one thing that you got to understand too is you got to be in complete acceptance with that. Like that's where the discipline comes in, because it's like, all right, if you say you want to risk 15%, but then like if it go hit stop loss, you can be like, oh fuck, like or close it, then that means you're not in complete acceptance with the outcome.
Right.
So you gotta be in complete acceptance to say like, all right, if this trade hits stop loss, I'm okay with losing $150.
Hey, bro, you say you risk 30% on the challenges, but how much do you risk on your everyday?
Like 5 to 10. 5 to 10.
So you keep it low.
Yeah, I keep it low. Hell yeah, good bro.
Yeah,
what?
I'm 15.
15? Okay, bet. So chat, he said he gonna risk 15% of the count, right? So based off of this setup we have here, our stop loss will be beneath our higher low, right? So our stop loss will be down here. If we take this trade right here, so this is a 1-to-1 at the highs, but if we go to our negative 27 take profit level, it's 1.28. Negative 61.8 is a 1.89. They say do 10%, don't do 15. How would you put it?
Oh Lord, she said, oh Lord.
I'm going too big, chat. I'm going too big. Goddamn, help me out. Help me out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta lace me up, put me on game. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to.
How much did he risk, chat? How much did he risk?
Do 10. 10.
No. We can't go broke. We gotta do this the right way, man. Y'all gotta help me out.
15. That's a big stop loss. I mean, shit. Y'all wanna have a risky stop loss? So it'd be better to do a 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1. It's definitely better to do a 2-to-1. But based off of where we enter in the market, it's like
I think like this. I think 10%. I think
10. Somebody
10,
say go
that's
30. 50?
Oh yeah, damn! You want me to lose all my
50?
money?
Damn, 50%. Yeah, look, they say you over leveraging 50%.
That's flipping a coin to be like,
Bro, that's gambling.
Are you doing like 150? That's like 15.
50% is crazy, bro. That's crazy.
All right, do me 10. Do me 10. But then that goes back on me being, you know what I'm saying, sticking to what I want to do and being disciplined and staying at what, you know, it goes back on that because it make me question myself like, damn, should I go 10? Should I do 15? You know what I'm saying? It's making me second guess.
Bro.
I think 10.
Bro, somebody said risk 100% in the chat. I'm with 50% charge to the dude. Oh, the saxophone. Hey, look. If we lose the trade, the saxophone's gonna be getting louder. The saxophone's gonna be getting loud.
But do 15.
you gonna lose. I'm gonna be like, Frankie.
Bro, somebody said full margin that bitch. Bro, they want us.
Damn, y'all want us to lose some money?
Bro, they tripping, bro. They tripping, chat. They is tripping, bro. Somebody said full port.
I'ma stick with the 15. You know what I'm saying? I'ma stick with the 15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick with the 15. And then the next one, you know what I'm saying, I drop. I can take it down.
No. Like
Oh, so
if
it
you
stays
place
there.
it, if you place the trade, that's it. If you place the trade, that's it.
Okay.
So like whatever look, that's the thing. Whatever you place, it's like swiping a debit card. What you swipe for, that's the price.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta understand it's where it's like, all right, you definitely don't want to risk too much where you risking too much of your capital because if this lose, then we took a loss and it's like, think about it, like it's like being in the boxing ring, right? Where you just like, all right, I'm gonna just throw haymakers and hope I catch them. But in reality, if you throwing haymakers, it's like that's a risky punch. So you gotta understand that the more risky punches you throw, the more chances you got, chance to get hit with a shot. So it's the same thing here. It's like, all right, well, if I risk a lot, I'm throwing them haymakers where it's like, all right, it ain't the best. Versus, being safe, throwing my
we gonna stick to that 15. You know what I'm saying?
Look, they said trust yourself, stand 10 toes. But that's like being a new boxer going up against Mike Tyson. Like, you got it.
No, for real.
We gonna trust that 15.
All right. So we gonna trust 15. All right. So look, chat. We gon' hold on. Let me pull up the screen. So look. All right. Let me ask you this too. We have two opportunities where we could place our stop loss. We can place our stop loss underneath this low, which is a little bit more risky, or we can place our stop loss right here and it says that, all right, if it hits this stop loss right here, we just completely wrong about the trade, right? But if we place it right here, it could still pull back to here and then continue to go.
Let's do that.
You want this one right here?
Yeah.
So if it get to the one,
But you said that one risky.
That one risky.
And then,
But it's like the risk to reward. You get a better risk to reward. So like, let's just say you risk 150, you can make 300, 2-to-1 risk to reward. But if you have it down here, you risking 150 to make 150. So it's like,
let's do the other one.
What, 150?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. The 300? What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, 300? Okay, 300. Well, no, you saying this, you saying the 2-to-1 risk to reward.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so this one right
you
here.
lose 150 either way.
No, if you put it right here and it hit, you gonna lose 150, but the trade might come and hit your stop loss and then go back right. So it's a chance for it to pull back and you still be right about the trade, but you already got taken out and you already lost the 150. Versus,
and then that one.
And this one is telling us we was just dead ass wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
we gonna go to the one.
all right, so they say they want to use the proper stop loss, which is the correct thing to do. So everybody that's watching, you definitely want to place your stop losses in the area where it's like you wrong about the trade, right? So we're gonna place our stop loss down here. Yes, the risk to reward isn't the best, But it's like you being on the safer side, which is that discipline aspect, right? So we gonna look to place our stop loss right here, and then we gonna wait for this candle to close. Because remember, we still gotta see if this candle gonna close above this level. If this candle don't close above this level, then we not taking the trade because it ain't give us all of
So
the
how often
confirmations.
do they open and close?
This is right now we on a 15-minute time frame. So this got 4
Every
minutes.
15
So every
minutes. You got
15
that
minutes.
Time frames, like,
Yep. So right now we on a 15-minute time frame. So
And that's what you were saying with the
bus.
the people who what you say? You got the what's the
oh,
name?
the scalpers,
Scalpers.
yeah, the scalpers intraday,
Scalpers be on, like, 1
and then
minute
the
shit.
the
So
daily.
on that you'll put that like up there. You'll put it on the timer or something, or
No, so like for me, what I would do is I will set basically like this line right here. I would set alert, and I would say once this is crossing up, and once this candle closed, so once that timer go off, if it closes above that line, I'm gonna take the trade.
okay.
If it don't close above that line, then that means I'm not ready to place the
And
position.
then we just wait on the next candle.
Yeah,
wait
then
on
we
it to
exactly
finish.
we wait on the next candle, 100%, 100. You on point, bro.
Nah,
Like,
he been on point.
he on point for sure. He like, all right, I know it.
He like
He know, I know what the fuck going on.
He
He said, I know what's going on. No, facts. So we got 3 minutes. We got 3 minutes chat, and this another thing too. A lot of people get impatient during this time, right? So think about it. We got this put up right here, and it's like, all right, it look like it's going up right now, right? Like the candle look like it's going up. But if the candle don't close like this, then it's telling us a whole different story than what it's telling us right now.
Right now, yeah.
So it's like we gotta wait for the candle to close to get that concrete data. But I swear to God, bro, you will be sitting here, you be like, damn, it look like it's going up. Remember when the dude called, he was like, what about FOMO?
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those times where you can get FOMO and say like, damn, bro, like, all right, I see it's going up. I don't want to miss the move. So let me just buy. And then the next candle, it shoots straight down, and you gonna be like you gonna be cooked. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you really gotta wait for the candles to close to actually give you the confirmation to say like, all right, we got everything that we needed to see.
For sure.
So we got 2 minutes, chat. We got 2 minutes. Let's
see what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 minutes. What y'all think I did? Y'all think I'm a
No,
make
they was definitely look. They put the saxophones.
I'm be like, fuck.
He gonna go there.
Hey, somebody
Come on,
who
man.
hired?
Bro, they gonna be all your head.
Somebody said who hiring?
Look, y'all, I'm new to this shit. Don't let me get it though. Don't let me get it down pat.
Let me go on a 2-minute walk.
Don't let me get it down
Yo,
pat.
child funny though.
Me too. What's FOMO? FOMO is fear of missing out. So that means that like you feel like this move is gonna leave without you, right? Look, somebody said I'm buying that high. I'm nervous, chat. Look, we had a dude on here. The first day, one of the students, he was like, I'll be buying when it's selling and selling when it's buying. You don't want to be that nigga.
He's doing shit. He's doing shit.
So like, yeah, you don't want to do that, bro. So you gotta make sure you're on point. So look, all right, like right now.
What you thinking?
Right now, look, you see how this wicken, it ain't closed. It was just above there, but now it's underneath.
Yeah.
So it's like, you gotta be, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta make sure, because otherwise you be screwed. This could easily do this and shoot all of it. It could easily do that. You don't want to be that dude that's like chasing shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we gotta wait.
Wait till the next candlestick and see which direction it go.
Yep.
If it goes above our line, then we grab that bit.
Yep.
And tie up on.
Hell yeah. Yep. So we gonna see, chat. We got a 35 seconds. We got 35 seconds to see, chat. We got 35 seconds to see. If it don't close above, then we ain't taking it. And if it don't close above with a clean candle, we definitely not taking it as well, because it's showing us that it's having, some trouble. So
it's going down. Yeah.
And we don't like one thing I really want y'all. I know like chat. I know we having fun, but like this is a serious matter where it's to the point where it's like this is how it is in live, like in the live market. But if we don't got each other to call on, all you got is yourself. You know what I'm saying? So like you really gotta have that discipline to say like, all right, they ain't follow my rules, I ain't gonna take it. So look, we ain't close above it, so we can't take the trade. So we can't take it. Now we gotta wait another 15 minutes to see if we gonna take it. But if it shoot back down and we avoid a loss, that's a win in itself, because it's like we ain't lose no money because we was being patient. So
got you.
Yep. So we gotta wait and see. Say that last seconds be the most important. Man, the most recent higher high is not as high as the previous, so I think price losing steam. Minor structure will always be broken. So all I see is flexible.
But we ain't lose nothing. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
we
saying?
ain't. Yeah,
So
we
we good.
We
good.
good. We
They
definitely
feel
good.
so bad.
We definitely good right now. But that's why I'm saying like we gotta wait. We gotta always wait on confirmation because nigga, look, we would have been an instant drawdown. If we would have like this is why you don't want to be the person with FOMO. If we was the person with FOMO, we would literally be an instant drawdown. We would have entered the trade up here and then we will be how many pips in drawdown? We'll be 100 pips in drawdown that quick. Right? We will be 100 pips in drawdown that quick.
Yeah,
You-
look, somebody say you not
No,
checking the 5 minutes.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to check the 5 minute right now. The 5 minute, yeah, I could look at it, but the 5 minute, the last structure point on M5 and M15 is right here. So I want to see a clear close above this level to let me know that we going back bullish. But the 5 minute, you know what I'm saying? It's a lower time frame. It has less. It's like chess where you got pawns, right? The pawns hold less value compared to like the kings and the queens. So like the higher time frame that you have is like the more solidified it is.
Because if you look at 5 minutes, every 5 minutes it's gonna change. So it might
Yeah.
be up 5 minutes, but
Exactly.
you can go back down, go back up.
Exactly. So it's like you gotta you want to have the higher time frame solidify your confirmation so that you have a little bit more confidence to say like, all right, bet, like, you know, we ain't really got what we need to see. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely, you know, something that we gotta wait on. This is something you should write down big in your notes. Wait for closure. 100%. 100%. Somebody said, I see a head and shoulder for me. Yes, a head and shoulder. Like, look, Chad, this is one thing too. Yes, this is a head and shoulder forming, but if I just take all of this off, we have not broken any, you know, real structures. Really, like, this is our last real high or low. Like, based off of this M15, this M30, even H1, like, this is our last higher low. So we not really necessarily, even though we got a head and shoulders forming, we ain't got the candlestick or the structure breaks to even solidify that we going bearish. But once we break beneath this level at 4107, then we could start to take sales. But right now, it's like we ain't really there yet. So that's one thing that we gotta pay attention to. Are we at a higher low to keep buying? Potentially, but we waiting on a little bit more confirmation. The ideal, we could have got in on this candle potentially, but it's like I said, we got this little level of resistance right here, so we'll wait till we get above that before we move on to the next one. How would you draw your 1 hour fib on gold? Just wondering. The 1 hour fib will be all the way from here to here. So we ain't even hit a 23. Well, we just hit a 23.6 for retracement. So low key, all of the odds, like I was banking on sales, but we ain't broke structure yet. But once we break structure, I will see this pulling back, and then we could trickle down and then potentially push up. But we ain't break structure yet. So this a waiting game, chat. That's what it boiled down to. It's all a waiting game, and that's why this is a great example of why you should never just jump into trades, because you know, like you see it pushing up. Like you definitely don't want to be that. Can you show the higher time frame on the daily? Yeah, I got you. Hold on, let me go to the other chart so y'all can see it clearly without all of the markups. Hold on. Where I'm at here. Boom. So this is the daily. The last time we had class yesterday, we talked about how we didn't break this structure. So our red dots is the daily. So this is a structure that we in. Impulse, correction. We haven't broken this low yet. So we still bullish on the daily right now. They say 50 look like he's studying the markets. They say 50 look like he's studying the markets.
Chat, y'all don't even want to know what I'm over here doing. I'm trying to make sure my damn parlay hit.
He over here gambling. He over here gambling on his parlays while we sitting here trying to trade the charts, chat. They funny in the chat, bro. They said that trend line broke. Do you still look for buys? Yeah. We still look for buys because we still in the buy structure. Hold on. So let me go back to that. So yeah, even though we broke this trend line right here, we never broke this previous higher low point right here. So technically, we still bearish. Somebody said he frozen for y'all. I shouldn't be frozen. Nah, I shouldn't be frozen. Hold on, let me look at this. No, I'm not frozen. You gotta refresh your browser. Do you trade liquidity sweeps? Nope. I don't trade none of that. I trade structure. Can you do a top-down analysis on NQ? I can, but I really don't want to. Nasdaq ain't really it ain't really the cleanest right now. Why did you choose the 30-minute high instead of the 15-minute high that broke? This one right here. Why did you choose 30-minute high instead of 15-minute high that already broke? What you mean? Why did I choose the 15? I'm not sure what you asking, Jeremy. Is the daily bearish? No, the daily is bullish. Let's continue with the presentation. It's my program. We gonna continue what I want to continue. Talking about it's not what.
They don't know we waiting. They ain't really know.
Yeah, we waiting on. Yeah, we waiting on the charts. We waiting on the charts.
We trying to do some money.
I want to go get on TikTok.
We got patience.
I want to get on TikTok live. Let's see. Let me get on my TikTok.
You like liquid? I mean, you like liquid?
Huh?
You like trading view over liquid?
I use trading view to analyze, and then I use liquid to place my positions. Yeah.
So what it change every 5 minutes?
Huh?
It go up and shut every 5 minutes, right?
Well, the candle print every 15. Right now we'll be on 15 minutes.
Okay.
Somebody said, huh?
Where's the fib on liquid?
The fib on liquid?
I could not find that. Say my
So
life.
you gotta create your own fib on liquid.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah. So like when you come to liquid and you try to do a fib, it's gonna give you just like trading view, you gotta create it, right? So if you come here and then you hit nah, you good. So I had a preset. You see, it say Lido FX fibs, but if you come to one of these things, is this one. You hit Fibonacci retracement, but when you click it, oh shit, it's already my preset. So I ain't
Write that down.
It's like I already got my preset set, but you just gotta go to that little thing right there. This one right here, the pencil, and hit Fibonacci retracements. And then you can select it. Yep. But yeah, like I said, I just use liquid to place my positions. Somebody said, what broker do you recommend? I use liquid. So like you can use whatever broker that you want, but I use liquid brokers. What do you recommend to do after a loss? Walk away.
Come back.
Go on the job.
Yep. we had a dude on here yesterday. He was like, he was like, I be at work, bro, and I be going into porta body to place these trades, and I be losing. I'm like, this nigga he trade in a porta potty with the trades.
That nigga can't focus. You can't focus like that.
Bro, you can't do that. Exactly.
Russian. I gotta go back on the clock. Hell no, you can't trade no motherfucking porta potty.
Yeah, motherfucker. Man, that's doing that swing shit that you just gonna set that bitch for a day or two. And then come back and do it.
Exactly.
But ain't no way in the world.
They gonna rush the trade even if they try to do that.
No, facts. We get an embarrassing golfing so far. That's why I said we was waiting, chat. That's exactly why look at it. It's just falling to the floor. We would have been losing. We would have been down like $70 right now, bro. See, that's why we gotta wait. How do you feel about AI doing the entries? Don't listen to AI, bro. Like, it just depends on how big the stop loss. I ain't even calculated. Well, I would have put it in the
with the white line. That's where it's marked off at.
Yeah, this where we would have lost. If it would hit the white line, it would have been stop loss. But remember, y'all was low key. Remember when y'all was like, we do the 150 to do 300? It's this line right here. So y'all almost would have been hitting stop loss. Like y'all would have, but that's why I said like it was like shit. It's
it's a 50-50.
Yeah, like so that's one of those situations. Trade network is crazy. Can you show US 30 some love? Can you look at it for a second? I don't really trade. I mean, I do look at it from time to time, but I don't really look at US 30 and Nas. They ain't the cleanest.
Do something down for you.
I'm down $40. Who told you to enter? Hey, not living. Look, we've been sitting here telling you like we said we not entering the trade, and he already down $40. See, that's why you gotta listen, but that's why you gotta wait for confirmation. That's why I'm saying like you gotta wait. You know what I'm saying? Like shit get real spooky. Saxophones get real loud around this one. Somebody said, "What broker do you use?" I use Liquid. The bodies and the wicks make a huge difference. I think I'm gonna start trading on the 15 and not the 5 for entries. 100%, definitely. You only use the 5 minute when you absolutely need to. You only use the 5 minute when you need to, chat. He set the example. 100%. Yes, this could be a big pullback. We don't know, but that's why like, look, this for me, chat. This is why like I would never just sit in front of the screen all day. Like I set the alert, like how I set the alert when I said if it closes above that black line. Literally, if I got that alert set, I can get up and go and do whatever like I want to do. You know what I'm saying? But like where most people go wrong, they sitting here glued to the screen and like, all right, we just gonna watch every single candlestick. The more you watch every single candlestick, the more antsy you get. It's like, all right, like, all right, I'm ready. Like,
I had a chart going in the car when I'm driving in the passenger seat, nigga. Nigga, man, what? Nigga, I ain't.
I'm saying, like, why you do that? Like,
yes.
It's because I'm new and I'm just paranoid about like.
But I got the alert shit. Like, I
don't give a damn about no alerts, nigga.
Look, chat. This man right here, he hard headed, bro. He hard. He want to do shit on his time instead of being on the market time. It's like, no.
I feel like, especially for a beginner, that dumb it down, that make it easy. I'm gonna set my alerts and then I'm just gonna go when the alert.
He won't frustrate his motherfucker.
It be times I try to close it out before it even hit the damn.
That's what it is.
He want a thrill.
I'm trying to stop the loss of me. He
don't bet 150. That bitch done with the 250. Fuck, I'm gonna get this $100.
Yeah.
Look, he entered.
I'm cashing out, nigga.
That's why you ready to go back home so you get on FanDuel,
man. I'm telling you, bro. If my shit go up $50, I'm cashing out.
You don't never get your whole ticket on FanDuel,
bro. He don't even gotta set. He don't even gotta set take profit. He just he like $50. I'm in. I'm out.
You get on FanDuel, you be cashing out everywhere.
See, Chad, you don't want to be like him, bro. You do not want to be like him. He don't listen. Listen, Chad. I told this man. I told him. I said, bro, do not enter a trade unless you got confirmation. Do not do X, Y, and Z. Guess what this man did, bro? He did exactly the opposite. Exactly what I told him, bro. And that's why he be losing.
Talk about fuck.
Like, he like, oh, I done lost my bread. Like, no, like you don't, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Don't be like. This is why we having the psychology lesson, because it's like this is a real thing. Like, if you can't control your mind and your discipline, bro, you gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? Like you literally gonna lose. Somebody said you just saved my ass from losing. I was on the buy when the 15-minute break failed. I took profit. See? There you go. Getting out means you don't trust the trade. Absolutely, Chad. It's look, they said you got zero discipline.
Man. He gonna blow his whole gasket the first 30 seconds. He gonna throw everything.
No facts. I just did that, lost 400 right now. Fuck.
Damn. Fuck.
Bro. Hey, Chad. See, Chad. Hey, this is why we gotta wait. And look, somebody said they just lost $400 that quick, and they didn't even hit stop loss yet. So like, I know you closed the trade that early, and it's like
they weren't patient.
Look, he wasn't patient. He wasn't patient, and he closed the trade early. Like it didn't even hit stop loss yet. So it's a chance it still could go up.
Right.
Like,
so
if you lost 400, that account better have 50 bands.
No facts, bro.
Like, how much your account got to lose 400 already, bro?
Man, what? He had a standard. He had a standard lot. He had a standard lot. Somebody said, I took the sale since price bounced off the trend line. Every time it hit, I'm in profit now. All right. Well, if you took it off the sale, kudos to you. But I ain't get all my confirmation. So that's one of them situations where it's like, I ain't taking that.
Flipping the coin.
Yeah, so they say, they always say, right?
Huh?
They always say.
Well, they in a sale right now. It ain't guaranteed that it's safe right now. If they was to close it right now, yeah, they could. But it could still
You gotta
easily
go
shoot
down
back
to
up.
the white line. That's how it stopped.
Well, no, the dude said he took a sale, but he said he took a sale once price broke the trend line. So he said, like, based off of the rejection on my trend line, I guess if you adjust it, you can, if you got your trend line like this. But the only thing, chat, for me is I never had structure break. So until we broke this low right here, I ain't really taking it. You know what I'm saying? So that's, oh shit, let me move this out of the way. That's where I'm like, I'm not really taking it. But however, if this push back up and close above this level, then we could just buy. But we ain't got the confirmation yet, chat. This is the whole purpose of this lesson is to say that you always wait for confirmation and having the discipline to actually sit there and wait. Most people don't got the discipline. You know what I'm saying? So somebody said, can you repeat where you place the fib logic? Yeah, fib always goes from point A to point B within structure. So this is my last higher low. We made a new higher high. So the fib goes from the low to the high point. So I draw it from point A to point B. But this is a very, 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 very minor structure fib, chat. If we zoom out to H1, our fib structure will be from this low to this high point here. Because this was the impulse that broke this previous structure right here. So our 1 hour fib, one at point A to point B, we had a 23.6. All right. A 23.6 based off of our 1 hour structure. But it's one of those things where this could retrace, like literally this could retrace deeper. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to see sales, but we just haven't broken structure yet to say that sales are valid yet. Until we get structure to break and say sales are valid, then we can't really do anything in regards to sales. Like, yes, I know somebody said they took it off the trend line breaking retest, but me personally, I'm not taking anything until it breaks structure. All right. Somebody said fibs confused me. Well, we're gonna go over fibs on I think it's day 4, day 5, something like that. Somebody said news just happened. It ain't too much news. Like, I think it's AU. Somebody says AUD. Let's take a look. Let me pull up Forex Factory real quick. Somebody said, well, we had 830 AUD unemployment change, but I mean, it's AUD. It ain't USD and it ain't JPY, so it ain't really had too much effect on current price. But Mike, do you ever use the DXY as confluence since it moves in the opposite direction of XAU USD? Sometimes. I definitely mark up the DXY, but like look at this for perspective. The DXY has been going up these last couple days, but gold's still been going up. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those situations where the DXY could be going up, gold could be going up, and you know, you can't really use it as a correlation. So that's one of the things that I want y'all to understand as well. Somebody says structure trumps news every time. Absolutely. 100%. Somebody said you called out the sales at the beginning of the session, divergence plus that structure break on a smaller time frame. And now we target 61.8 closure F with me. Yeah, I was originally, like I said, I was originally looking for the sales, but on all of the other charts, we didn't have this break. So it was like one of those things where on the other charts, we didn't have it. But let's just say, like, hypothetically, look, this is exactly what happened. So remember how I told you, I was like, if we get a bullish candle followed by a bearish engulfing, we would take that sell. Mm-hmm. This orange candle right here, like this one I had drew right here.
Yeah.
That's exactly, you see how like this just happened right here, that engulfing candle. Mm-hmm. So like if this was our overall trade that we was looking at based off of the breaker structure retest, then I will enter sales right here. But the only difference is that like on the other charts, it didn't show like that break. So like I'm not confident taking it. On some charts it's showing the break, but some charts it's not. So like that's kind of giving me like, it's making me weary to say like, all right, it ain't really you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't really crystal clear if this is the actual break or not, because this chart showing this and the other chart showing something different. So it's like, you know, it's hit or miss, right? Somebody said, wait, you confused, you about to buy or sell. I ain't doing nothing right now until it give me confirmation. So what I was looking at was this. We said we was going to buy if it broke above and closed above this black line right here. But since it didn't, we didn't take no buys. But I want to be sure about sales since we've been so bullish. So what I said, I want to wait for this to break structure, retest, and then look for that sell down. Then we will have validation to say that we could sell off. Somebody said the wick is on futures chart. Well, then if it's on futures chart, then it's damn near valid, because the futures is probably the most accurate, but I don't really pull up the futures chart. So what is it, like what is it, GC? Yeah, the wick is on the futures chart. So like on this futures chart, it's showing that they got the wick. So technically we could possibly look for sales, but we not about to risk it unless you want to risk it. But
No, we patient.
yeah, all right, bet. Why doesn't it show in some charts? Some brokers, like when you have TradingView, like each one of these, like if you type in XAU USD on a chart, each one of these is different brokers. Like Oanda is a broker, Forex.com is a broker. Like the brokers have different price points. So in this case, unfortunately, like this broker is showing this, and then another broker is showing, you know, another thing. So it's just one of those things where you just want to wait for a little bit more confirmation. So structure break first over the trendline break, 100%. And you wouldn't do a downtrend fib? No, not until it breaks structure. You remember, in order for you to draw a fib, you gotta have an impulse that breaks structure. But we ain't got to that portion at Trader University yet, so we ain't there yet. All right, but we still waiting on these candles, so I'm gonna open up the hotline for y'all to ask a couple more questions, because we almost ending the near class, chat. So y'all can hit the hotline, ask me questions, ask Frank questions. But I hope y'all been receiving a lot of value today, based off of understanding psychology and understanding the real discipline it takes in order to be, you know, successful inside of the market. And then also too, I will be dropping that PowerPoint inside of the Discord, inside of the Trader University resources, so that y'all can take advantage of that. So y'all can hit the hotline. I'm gonna take 3 questions, and then we gonna call it one. So unfortunately, you wasn't able to take a trade, you know, but good thing about it was you stayed patient. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the main thing.
That's the main thing. You stayed disciplined, you stayed patient, and shit, you ain't blow your account. That's the most important thing. A lot of people you see already, people was on here, they was already losing down $400. So, hello?
Hey Mike, how are you tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. How you doing?
I'm excellent. So I have a question about the way that you will order, I guess, your confluences. And tell me if I got this right. So structure comes first. If it does not break structure, that's immediate. And then break and retest after that. And then candlestick anatomy like third. So how would you read them and rank the order of importance?
Yeah, so structure is definitely number one importance. Second, break and retest is still, that's basically structure in itself. And then the candlestick anatomy, candlestick confirmation comes after the structure form, and you looking for your candlesticks to close on your entry time frames, which is like your M15, your M30.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Have a good night.
You too.
Somebody said, do you look for fair value gaps? Hell no, I don't see no fair value gaps. We had a negative 61.82, Lito. Yeah, that's a good observation as well. Impulse correction continuation, absolutely. What makes a breaking structure a real breaking structure? When price breaks structure. Impulse correction continuation. Impulse correction get money. Impulse correction.
Liquidation goes down and the vibration goes up.
Hey, what the fuck you talking about? You talking about the vibration go up? bro, tripping. Alright, they got another call. Hello?
Hello?
What's up?
What up with it, Mike?
What's up, man?
All right, so I got a question. So, is it structure and then the trend line break?
Yep.
Like the structure come first?
Yep.
Okay.
Structure,
Cool, man.
like think about structure being the king on the chessboard, and then like trend lines being like a queen or below.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Appreciate that, man.
yep. That's the only question.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, have a good night.
All right.
All right. Somebody said my favorite part I love when he slammed the phone. I'm screaming. All right, I'm gonna take one more question, Chad. I'm gonna take one more question. If y'all got a question for Frank, y'all can hit the line too. Hello? What's up?
Yeah, so my question is, like, on goal on a daily, what, like, it look like it's going in a downtrend, is it not? Or is it, like, in an uptrend? So that means, so my question is, so, when we going on the lower time frames, like the 15-minute and the hour, so we looking to place a tree based on what the bigger time frame is doing, right?
Right, but technically right now I got gold marked off as the daily time frame still being bullish. So yeah, it haven't broke the most recent higher low on the daily time frame, but like my 4-hour structure is still bearish, and so forth and so on.
Okay, so what's the overall downtrend on the daily though?
There is no overall downtrend on daily. It's in a correction.
I mean, it's my fault. What's the overall trend on the daily?
It's bullish.
Bullish. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, that answer your question?
Yeah, because I was looking at it earlier this morning, and it looked like it was in a downtrend.
Yeah.
So maybe I was looking at it wrong.
No, you probably was just looking at 4-hour structure.
Oh yeah, that probably been it. Okay, appreciate it.
Yep. All right, look, chat. Look, take a look at this. We would have, if Frank would have took that buy, he would have hit stop loss.
That bitch.
He would have hit stop loss. See, this why we wait. This is why we be patient and wait on our confirmations, because the saxophones would have been real loud in the chat.
We waiting on the recorrection.
No, we waiting. Remember when I said this stop loss can get hit and you could still be right about the trade. So if it hit underneath here, then that means we completely wrong about buys. So
like that would have put us out. We were trying to get that 300.
Yeah, it would have been a 2-to-1 risk to reward. Yeah, yep. So
but since we down here, we still got room to go.
We still got room. Yeah, this could
instantly go back up like this.
Yep, 100%. So it's like waiting on that confirmation. But if this would have gave us that wick like that other chart that y'all gave us, that we had earlier, I would have been in these sales because we had all the confirmation like I showed you on that other candle. We would have been cool.
We just been waiting on that trend to go back up at this point.
No, we would have been we would have been in profit. Shit, we would have been up some bread if we would have took it from the other one for the sale. But they was telling me that the chart was different, so I went by this chart instead of the other chart. Hello?
Yeah, yo, Mike.
What's up?
All right, so look, I really ain't have no questions, man. I really just, have some statements to make for real. This lesson really was, like my biggest thing, it was all psychology for me, for real, and just, trying to stay patient and wait for the right time to execute. But I appreciate you, just for the opportunity, that you given. And I had a question for Frank too, though.
What's up? Oh, go ahead, Frank.
What up, though?
I'm saying though, man, just with all that you accomplished, man, all that we have seen you accomplish, man. I'm from Chicago, man, so I know how it is to have to work through adversity, man. So, what's your biggest thing just staying locked in mentally, though?
Man, staying locked in mentally, man, I just say, shit, just like this, bro. Like you gotta. Like with this, you gotta just invest in yourself, bro. Like mentally, you know what I'm saying? Like mentally, bro. Like how Mike brought the books out and he did all that, bro. Like you gotta feed your brain too, bro. Like you just gotta stay channeled and locked in, bro. Be a lot of outside noise that can distract you or deter you, but you just gotta stay, you know what I'm saying, locked in, bro. And only you know, like that's the thing, bro. Only you know what you doing, you know what I'm saying? The work you putting in, you know what I'm saying? So, bro, you just gotta focus on you, and the work that you putting in, and just know it's gonna pay off, when it's supposed to. But it ain't no timing though, it's gonna pay off when it's supposed to. God gonna make it pay off for you.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Hey, Mike, man, man, we loving it, man. Just keep doing what you doing, man. I'm here for the ride, man. I appreciate you.
For sure, bro. I appreciate you, bro. You have a good night.
You know it, man. Y'all too.
All right, for sure.
Yo, dude said, thank goodness he did the $400 stop loss. He would have been down a bin.
Yeah, tell you, he would have got cooked,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying, bro. What does he have in his account to have lost $400 that fast, bro? Like, you better have some bands in your shit, bro.
No facts.
Because if you only got $1,500 in your account,
this shit smoked. He over leveraged like a motherfucker. All right, so look, chat. Just a few things before I let y'all go. So look, remember, same time, same place tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna be definitely diving into some more technicals. Sorry, I'm about to ignore your call because the hotline closed. But we're gonna be diving into some more technicals. Frank, I just want to say I appreciate you for pulling up. We locked in, and I appreciate it for all of my homies really showing up for real. And this was a great lesson for everybody, just to showcase like the discipline aspect and just the mental fortitude that it takes to be a trader and actually waiting on your confirmations and actually really investing in yourself to be a better version of you. Because as long as you the best version of you, then you can be the best version of yourself on these charts. But without indulging in yourself, it ain't gonna work. Same thing in boxing. If you ain't mentally there, it's gonna be like Frank said earlier. It's gonna be a long night. So I just want everybody to take this lesson. Even though we had some fun on this stream, I want everybody to take it, with the utmost seriousness, and just really apply it to what y'all got going on in y'all trading. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Chart Runners, I love y'all. I see y'all again for day 4 tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Time on the same YouTube channel. And the recording will be uploaded here shortly, and then like I said, I will provide that PowerPoint presentation inside of the Trader University Discord. And if you ain't in the Discord, hit the link in the description, the Telegram